What's the number one challenge for businesses today?
Workforce development, attracting, recruiting, and retaining people.
And that's why we created this podcast, designed for the frustrated CEO, the under-resourced recruiter, or the overworked manager, to give you the tools to tackle those WTF moments.
It's time to open another workforce therapy file.
Welcome back to the Workforce Therapy Files. We're here at Kentucky SHRM 2025. And I got Jack with me. Jack, nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
Good. So tell me who you are and what you do and why you're here.
I'm Jack Crowdis. I'm with PayFWDs. We're a local payroll platform based out of Louisville. Been around since 2018. Similar to all the big guys, but we do things a little bit differently in terms of how we build systems. A lot more consultative up front. Build this system around people. We've had people that have been building systems for 15 years. So we get it right the first time. I think that's a lot of the problem with the people that come to us is they don't get the system built the first time. They see problems and issues that happen over and over again. Yeah. And eventually they don't get the service they need, so they move on. And that's kind of like our second fold part is we do dedicated reps. So whether you're one employee or 1,000, you get a dedicated rep. Average tenure of our reps is 7 years. So there's not really anything that they haven't seen. Yeah. And like it even goes as far as like our tax team, our finance team, right? So if that customer service rep doesn't know the answer to that, they're just going to call that person, talk to them, or they're going to get involved right away themselves.
Okay. Wow.
So very just white glove, hands-on service.
And so when you say you're local,
based out of Louisville.
Based out of Louisville.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And you serve companies in the state or wherever?
Yeah. So primarily Kentucky and all the states that touch it, but we're in 48 states.
Oh, fantastic.
And soon to be 49. Hawaii's going to be the last one we don't have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you need that so you can travel.
We just got
there.
Alaska going to have Alaska starting in October.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all that growth.
Thank you.
So you said one employee or 1,000 employees. So is there a scale issue or a size issue, or you can serve anyone, or is there a kind of a Goldilocks client for you?
So like our market, like we're trying to move probably a little more up market. Just the way we want to grow the company is small business is always going to be there. We're never going to turn small business away, but our whole model is service, right? So in order to service these people, they could probably only have 100 accounts ahead. Mm-hmm. So if you keep adding small business and small business and small business, then the bandwidth stretches and you just have to hire ahead of the curve and keep hiring customer service. But if we can move more up market into like the 100, 200, 300, 500, even up to 1,000 range, right? That's just one rep that needs to service that. Yeah. Those are usually the less squeakier wheels too, and there's more margin there. Right. So I think moving forward, that's like how we want to grow is to try to move more up market. We can, we could grow into the like our biggest client is 6,000 employees. That's kind of an anomaly for us. That's not something that we're actively going after, but like we have the bandwidth to do it. We just have to set it up a certain way. Yeah. Is there anything you learned with that particular client? I mean, you don't have to give the details, but are there things you learned as you scaled into those larger accounts? For that one, we just had it's just one rep. So that one rep, their whole job is just that person. Yeah. Where normally it's like, so we have two different platforms. One that's just like specifically for small business. It's just like payroll, PTO, time and attendance. It's just like very basic. The whole selling point is like it's easy to use. Right. And then we have a larger platform that has like what everyone here is looking for, which is HRIS. It's just HR technology, recruiting, benefit management. There's a ton of different bells and whistles. But like on the small side, like those people can have like 100 accounts. On our bigger side, it's usually like about 50 accounts. But for that one client, it's just one person. Like they. Oh wow. I think it's actually an equity roll up. So I think they have like 100 different EINs. Oh. So it's really they're really probably servicing like 100 companies. But I think it's just like we don't ever tell them anything that. Like they almost left at one point because someone sold them a bill of goods, said, hey, we can do this, this, and this, which PayFWDs isn't going to be able to do for you. And they got a year into that like implementation with them without leaving us first, and they're lying about it. Oh, wow. So like we don't ever
like overpromise. If someone wants us to try to do something, we always try to build it in a sandbox first and show them like, hey, this is how we're going to do it. And if it doesn't work, we say, hey, we can't do it.
Yeah.
Just being upfront and honest, I think, is the best way forward for a lot of these bigger companies where it's like they have a lot of different complex things they want to do. And if you can't do it, just tell them you can't do it.
So many people out there will just say yes to everything.
Well, it's like you're going to run into it where it's like, oh, what happened? You said you could do this, and now it's like you burned that trust.
I think I think of payroll sometimes as kind of similar in my personal life to like changing banks or something. And to me, or to a lot of people, I think that's just daunting. What do you say to a client who's like, gosh, that sounds like a lot of work?
Yeah. So it's funny you say that. Like that's our number one obstacle we have to overcome. It's not as hard as you think it's going to be. Like every other payroll company, they're going to put all the onus on you to like, hey, this is everything we need. You go get it. So one, we're going to do that for you. Is like we're just like, hand us the keys to your system. Yeah. We'll go pull everything for you, and we'll make sure it's the right. And secondly, is like there's a lot of tax implications in payroll. And I think we did a study last year where 25% of the people, I think it was actually 28% of the people that come to us are like filing their withholdings incorrectly. So we do, not only do we like, we're pulling the stuff for you, we do a full tax audit up front, which no one else does. So we're like, all right, we're going to take all your historicals, all your salaries, all your wages, and make sure everything matches up, make sure everything that you're filing is correct. And then we write into our contract, hey, if you ever get hit with a notice, we're going to pay it because we did this tax audit up front.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's just like we're going to take a lot of the discovery and the burden of the transfer off of you by pulling the stuff for you. We've built 1 million systems before. Like for our bigger systems, like it's a 6-week process to get you implemented, but like we're there with you every step of the way.
Yeah.
We're building a system for you, and then we're going to hold your hand through the process. So like we're going to run payroll with you until you're comfortable to do it on your own. Until you want to do it on your own, like we're going to sit there with you and do it with you every single week.
I love that white glove service.
Yeah. And like we don't always like, if we don't need to build everything up front all at once, like if you don't need like benefit management right away, we're not going to like take time in the 6 weeks leading up to that to build that. Like we're going to focus on like the bread and butter, right? Getting payroll worked out, getting time and attendance worked out, making sure that's firm, that's good to go, and then we'll like add on the ancillary stuff as we go.
Wow, that's great. It sounds like it sells itself in some ways, but again, it's a big lift.
It's the easiest sell I've ever had in my. Like I've been in sales and marketing, mostly in the startup world. This is, I guess, somewhat of a startup, more in the growth stage. But yeah, it's like, I think me and Lily, we probably close like 80% of our deals.
Okay.
Just because it's like when I started, I kind of like what you said earlier. It was like, oh, no one wants to switch. It seems like a big headache. I was like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
Like everyone hates payroll.
Right.
But then it was like the more you do it and the more reps and the more hits you get on bat, it's like, okay, there's this silver lining where it's like people don't even know that like this type of service exists. Where it's like, okay, we're a payroll company that, you know, actually cares about you, actually like brings a consultative approach and then offers a level of service that's just unparalleled in the industry.
Yeah.
People don't know exists. Like they get burned over and over again, especially on the service aspect. Like all the national providers now are offshoring their service. Yeah. You talk to a different person every single time. They don't understand your business. They haven't been through anything with you. So just adding that alone is like wins us a ton of business.
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah.
Well, I run a marketing agency and we assign account reps.
Yeah.
You know, dedicated account reps to our clients. Same thing. It's like, and they get to know that person. I mean, if that person leaves, they're like, the client's like, what's going on? You know, like, that's my guy.
Like our customer service reps get invited to weddings and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's all about relationships.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you guys are pulling that off well.
Yeah.
I'm going to wrap this up with the last guest has a question for you, not knowing who you were going to be. And then you're going to leave a question for the next guest. So the question is, what is the thing that keeps you up at night? And it can't be just an out-of-the-box answer. Okay. What is it that keeps you up at night?
So I early in my career, I started like a marketing type agency. It was like a marketing automation agency for like companies that did series, like had basically just earned Series A funding. So basically, like, you probably got 4 or 5 employees. You've got some traction. You've got some ARR, but you don't have any real pipelines built out. You haven't like poured gasoline on the fire yet. And I did that for like 5 years, and it was all like outbound, and like there was some inbound involved in it.
Like cold outreach stuff? Yeah.
Like figuring out ICPs and getting super targeted with like outreach, and did really well. And got out of that for a little bit. Did it for another company, but then I went and did corporate. Died inside doing corporate.
Yep.
And then got back into the startup. And like the growth path that we were on was like, in my first year and a half, is very like traditional. It's like, we're going to build channel partners, we're going to do networking, we're going to like get us partnerships with associations, just like very like old school bread and butter stuff that like pays off, and you like build a density of it.
Yeah.
And now like I have that built out, and I'm like shifting all of my attention back to digital marketing.
Yeah.
And it's like I think I have some experience doing it, but like just in talking to people who are doing it now and like getting back into it and doing the research, it's like the GTM game has changed so much. Like there's so much that goes into it now. I don't know how much like you're familiar with like signal-based marketing.
Yep.
But just like trying to learn that, and like I'm gonna pour a lot of time and energy and budget into it.
Yeah.
And just worrying about what the payoff will be, because it's like sticking with that old model it works. It's a slow growth pattern. It's very tedious. You got to hire more reps. You don't get good reps. You know, there's churn there.
Yeah.
Like I think the way to like get us from 5 million to 10 million in the next 3 years is to like lean heavy into digital.
Yeah.
And it's just what keeps me up at night is like trying to figure out the best path forward for that. I know it's just like it's going to be, I say this a lot, like F around and find out, like just throwing shit at the wall and iterating and figuring it out.
Remarketing, retargeting. Does that work? No. Okay, try this.
So, you know, how long is that going to take? How much time and energy is it going to take? And what's the payoff going to be? And how soon is there going to be a payoff? And how soon is the payoff going to be?
Yeah. Well, you're speaking my language. That's what keeps me up at night too. So, well, what about a question for our next guest? What's something you want to ask them? Who knows who it's going to be, but
I don't know, man. I tried to think of a question the entire time while we were talking.
It's okay.
I guess like what do they think is what do they think is the number one thing that drives revenue for a business?
Oh, yeah. What is the number one thing that drives revenue?
Yeah. Is it customer service? Is it pricing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great question because
pretty bland.
Well, no, but it's a little different for everybody. But there are some things the threads that run through all businesses. So cool, man. Well, thanks, Jack.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
It was fun.
Thank
you.
Thanks for listening to the Workforce Therapy Files. We hope you learned something new, and we're thankful for the time that you spent with us today. If there's a topic you'd like us to discuss, reach out to us. Our contact information's listed in the show notes. Until next time, keep your head up.